GDKPs compete with weak guilds and they stomp them. So, what's the problem? No one wants to lose to content they think is easy. As an example, most people hate wiping on trash. We want some level of guaranteed progress. The other big problem is kind of economic. Players are scared that they're going to spend their time on a raid or a raid group and not get anything. Will your guild ever reward you? Do you feel secure in your choices? And finally, freedom. Most people would rather be a free agent and work for themselves if possible. If they could get 20% less but achieve freedom, they would take it. Same deal with joining a GDKP in World of Warcraft. You can be free from a raid schedule. Why is all of this a problem? Freedom, security, guaranteed progress. Aren't these great on their own? Of course. Time for a little story. You're a new aspiring guild leader. One day, you realize it's hard to recruit, but your small guild is full of genuinely happy people who know each other well, at least for now. The team has big expectations of the future. We can run 10-man content just fine. Sometimes we gotta pug a few guys. We don't have nearly enough to do any larger content, though. Whatever, we can pug to get started. I have 11 or 12 people I can count on. We can get more in the future. Some of the pugs will join up with us, I bet. I guess we can do soft res or something like that. Gear's not a big deal. The boys, they're fine. They know that everybody's going to get everything eventually. And so the pugging begins. But most of the pugs kind of suck, and a lot of the better ones don't want to join. Why? Isn't this group pretty good? I mean, we had a wipe on the second to last boss. Somebody freaked out and left the group, but everything else was fine. Sure, we have some problems, but what else could the pugs be more interested in? You've just experienced adverse selection. It turns out that most of the people who join pugs consistently join pugs. They don't have interest or the ability to really commit to a raid schedule. It's rather obvious, right? And it's kind of a big problem. The guys in the guild, they're less than enthused that we had that wipe, but it's not a big deal. We got it next time. 3 weeks later, we're still pugging a few people, and we have that same small issue over and over again. Ugh. It was too much for Jim. He left the guild. Sorry, guys, I just need blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up, Jim. This is annoying. Whatever, this raid stuff is a big deal. Our guild needs this shit to work out better. And we're starting late because of the pugging too. Maybe going GDKP will fix this. Then I think I'll be able to start on time because I can easily do first come, first serve invites, and no one will leave even if we have a wipe because I got all their money in my bags. Hell, I can even do some DPS and healing bonuses for players. Maybe that'll help me get some better pugs and I can reward the guys who really put in a lot of effort. The guys are on board. You tell them about it, they're thinking we can do GDKP at least for a little while. No more late starts. Fuck the AFKers and hopefully fewer idiot pugs, am I right? We can keep their gold if they suck, so I mean, that's cool. Yeah, this sounds awesome. The raid group slowly starts to run better and start on time. You've gotten a sense for how long it takes to actually fill up the GDKP group. And even the very first week, it filled so much faster and it ran just so much better. Sometimes you get idiots, but you can dock their pay so it hurts less. But something strange has happened among your friend group. It was never about items before. They mattered, but it was mostly about clearing content together and hanging out in Discord afterwards. We picked up 5 more guildies in the meantime pretty easily because we went GDKP. We clear more reliably than ever before. We start on time. We hardly even ever wipe. But now my supposed best rogue player, he doesn't kick much. I guess he wants to make sure he gets the DPS bonus. And this one priest, he tops the meters very often, but he's assigned to keep the off tank up on a couple of the fights, and he seems to fuck it up a lot more than he used to. We're doing great overall. I wish the guys took their roles a little more seriously. Honestly, the biggest problem we have now is that everyone wants to swap to alts. They gear up a character, and then they want to swap some dumb crap. They all play fine, so it's not causing us any real issues with clearing. It's just I don't think we're moving towards anything anymore. It's like dress up for alts, getting gold bonuses, and then getting out of the raid. We wanted this. You didn't know what you were signing up for. It was a bad deal. You got the reliably decent raids that started on time and a way to keep everyone in the group until the very end. You thought you were trading away the significance of receiving loot from a team. It was so much worse than that. You tainted your guild with forbidden knowledge. Rather your guys buy gold or not, they checked out how much it costs. Now everything's is thought of in terms of dollars per hour. Why'd they gear a character and swap off it? Well, because if they don't need any gear from the raid, they're basically raiding to make $1 an hour. They want to raid instead for the potential to bid on a piece of loot. That's why they swap characters. Why aren't the kicks being done? Because you don't pay for the fucking kicks, all right? You pay for Sinister Strikes, Mutilate, Slice and Dice, yada, yada, yada. You meant well, but now you put your guys in a strange spot and they're responding to incentives, the same ones that got your group to start more crisply and work better. And obviously, the supposed top healer isn't the best if he lets his fucking assignment die. But can you blame him? Who doesn't want to go for the bonus? It's cool. It makes you feel good and you literally get paid. Your guild is now completely undifferentiated from every other one that runs GDKP on the server. You don't even have a special way that you allocate the money. You're just doing it the same as everyone else. Of course, it's simple, makes everything easier about running it. But now your guys, they don't have a vested interest in the social bonds that they make and how that affects the loot they get. And they don't have to care about their reputations and uphold the importance of utility as much. And they're so painfully aware of what they're giving up every time they do anything because now they've measured what they get out of the raid on a minute-by-minute basis. And worst of all, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. You thought this would be a short-term thing, but you've recruited people on the basis of being a GDKP, and those people, at least, they're gone if you swap. And your boys, the ones that didn't care about loot and didn't care about the loot system, some of them, they're sold on GDKP, and you cannot unsell them on it. You've traded your small fledgling guild for a sandcastle. It was so easy to put together, and now you have nothing.